What's going on, everybody? It's JP here with Summer Love and Jeep, and thanks for tuning in to today's video. Today I'm going to be installing some quick sway bar disconnects. So when we put in the AEV 3.5 inch lift, you still have to use some of the stock sway bars connectors, and if you're going to hit the trail, you got to totally unwrench them. So I found a set of JKS manufacturing quick disconnects. It was between that or the Curie Enterprises, I think it's their anti-rock sway bar, which isn't really a true disconnect. So I went with the JKS ones because they're 165 bucks. The Curie anti-rock sway bar was like around almost 600 bucks. So I'm going to try out these quick disconnects and see how they go. So this last install will complete the axle swap 3.5 inch lift, and the Jeep should be ready to go. One last thing I got to do is bring it down to the shop and just get it aligned and just make sure the alignment's good, and then it should be ready to drive. Alright, so thanks for tuning in again to this video. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below, and you'll be notified of some new videos. So let's take a look at what the old sway bar connectors look like, and then what the JKS ones look like. So alright, let's check them out. Alright, so here on the right you can see this is the old sway bar disconnect, or the connector if you will, just because this is a hard connect. So it's bolted at the top, bolted at the bottom, so if you get to the trail, you pretty much got to get out, unwrench them, and then put them, like, secure them, and then you can have your sway bar disconnected. And you can see how thin it is, and that's the stock one. Alright, so right here, this is the JKS. So this is made for the 2.5 inch to a 6 inch lift kit, which says down here. It's adjustable, and it also has Zerk grease fittings. So one right off the bat, you can see the thickness difference. This is much beefier. Here's the two Zerk grease fittings, so you can keep them lubed up. And here you can see it's adjustable, and there's the jam nut right there. So depending on the length. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my guide to roughly get the height that I'm going to have it at, and then measure it, and then set the other one, and then I'll see how that goes and how that feels, and if I have to, you can make adjustments as you go along to the height of the sway bar disconnect. So another thing that you're going to get is these are the quick release pins. These are what's actually going to mount to your sway bar and to the part that's on your axle. So you get the other ones are down here. Two more. And then you get 4 of the quick disconnect pins. The one thing that I do like is that they come with instructions, and it's pretty detailed. So you got a parts diagram. They give you a list of the tools that you're going to need right there, and then basically all your parts. So it gives you very nice step-by-step instructions. Black and white, pictures are very clear. Right here, and you can see here's their angle diagram. So they say perfect is about 0 degrees, and then you have a plus or minus 5 degrees. And finally, so that's what it should look like. Alright, so Over here I've assembled my tools, so I got 18 and 19 millimeter open end wrenches. I got 18 and 19 miller sockets, got the grease gun, got blue Loctite, which it calls for. It also calls for a 15/16 open end wrench. I don't have that. I went through a bunch of my tools over there. I don't have that, so basically what I'm going to end up using is just an open monkey wrench and see how that works out. Alright, so that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to set the height of the JKS quick disconnects to match the stock ones from the Jeep, and then we're going to get to doing the install. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I got those adjusted and tightened down. I'm going to tighten them even tighter once they get installed. So that's the height that matches my stock disconnects. Alright, so we're going to move over to the Jeep and start doing the install. Alright, so here's the driver's side top, and here's the new bracket from the AV install. So these are the two that you're going to be using for the driver's side. And just JKS says to put blue Loctite on the ends and then thread it through. For the top, you're also going to need the offset bushing, so that'll go like that. All right, and then stand by. Alright, so a little issue. The AV bracket down here, the hole, this is ½ inch thick, so I gotta drill this out to get that to pass through. So we're gonna drill that out right now. Alright, so I got it drilled out. I used the step bit and then step that into a regular ½ inch bit. So let's see if it fits now. Yep, now it fits. We're just gonna have to touch that up with some paint so we don't get any rust. So, alright, so I got a little pour 15. Just gonna put it inside. Alright, so I'm gonna let that dry, and we're gonna now do the put the top one on. For the top, you need the big one. You need the big, longer one. You're gonna put a little Loctite on it. They say blue Loctite right on the top, right here. I'm just gonna drop this down. So that's snug. Get our open end wrench. Alright, so here, and then you need a screwdriver that can go into this hole. That way you can hold that and tighten it down. Alright, so the top is in. Alright, so for the top, you need this offset bushing that it comes with. So just put that on there. So just to see, just to test it out. So that's what it's going to be looking like once we get the bottom in. Alright, so for the bottom, you're going to use the shorter tapered edge one. So you can see this is the long one. So for the bottom, you use the shorter one. So the whole same process. We're going to put some Loctite. Alright, So this is going to go in. I got my nut. Alright, so that one's in. Just going to test it out. Up the top on. And there we go. So that's what it's going to look like. I'm just going to disconnect this one right now just so I can do the other side, so I can move the sway bar up and down on the other side. Alright, so yes, I had to take the wheel off. This bracket is a pain. Somehow I managed to do it. Again, I used the step bit just to start it, and I got the 1/2-inch bit to pass through. Let's see if it works. Yep, so it worked. Alright, so I'm going to clean this up, put a little pour 15 on it, and then get this one set. I already did the top one in, so that one's in place. And it's hot. Alright, they're installed. The last step will be to get the grease gun and grease the zerks. Alright, that's it for the install. Alright, what's going on everybody? So that was the install of the JKS Manufacturing sway bar quick disconnects. It wasn't too bad except for the AEV 3.5-inch lift brackets that are on the axle. So they had to be drilled out to 1/2 inch. So that was a bit of an issue. The driver's side there was easy access to. The passenger side, as you saw in the video, I had to take off the passenger wheel, and even with the passenger wheel off, it wasn't very easy to get that 1/2 inch drill bit in there. So I made it work. Most important thing is once you do drill out those holes, get some paint on it. So I put the pour 15 on it just to make sure we don't have any rust issues. So it's about 3:40 in the afternoon. I started probably about an hour and 20 minutes ago. On their packaging and on their website it says about an hour to install, which would probably be true if you didn't have to worry about drilling holes in the bottom on the axle. Other than that, if you're just doing this onto a stock axle with no changes to it, you're probably looking at 30 minutes. I would say an hour and 20 for me, basically just to set up and move the camera to different angles and figure out the whole drilling thing. So you're probably looking at 30 minutes if you're experienced, and it's not on a lift. It's a little more difficult, but definitely doable. So on a scale of 1 to 5 on self-installs, do it yourself, I'd probably say it's a 2, just because you need some tools and you just got to get inside there and move the tires a little bit. So that's about it. So if you have any questions about this install of the product, just leave a link below. I'll link to where I got it from. Paid around $165. I got free shipping, and then I had to pay tax. And now it's raining. Holy crap. It's almost 4 o'clock. They said the rain wasn't coming till 6. Alright, so I gotta run, put the tools away. Thanks for watching this video. I'm trying to get on a steadier stream of making recurrent videos. Hit the thumbs up, help the channel grow, and hit the subscribe button and that bell. So, alright, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you have a great day. Today is Wednesday, and I don't know, hump day. Alright, see you guys later.